Things are getting crazy out there for Paizo as the gaming community really has turned on them after their director of games went out and said that he didn't want conservatives playing his game in the form of calling J.D. Vance a fascist and demanding he return his books. Very, very weird stuff out there, and this is exactly what's been happening in tabletop gaming as much as video games. It's across the industry, guys. These companies hate you, and they want you gone. But the good news is there's a lot of independent guys out there who are pushing back, and one of those is D&D's creator, one of the original guys, Robert J. Kuntz out there, who's saying great things. Also, Alexander McCrease from the Axe system has left some great comments. So we can turn this thing around, and gamers just have to vote with your wallets as usual. We're going to get into this in just a moment. Smash that like and subscribe button as we talk about all things in games, tabletop gaming, and more, especially when it comes to science fiction and fantasy. I loved that Paizo had Pathfinder and Starfinder. I mean, those were two things that really struck home for me. And I actually write my own fantasy fiction. This is My Adventures of Baron von Monocle, a perennial bestseller now because of my awesome YouTube readers. You guys are amazing. It's a 6-book series about an airship crew that goes out adventuring. It's very fun. They fight monsters. They get involved in this like really dark war as the series goes along. Builds up really nicely in the first couple of books, guys. So make sure to pick up the whole series. It's a 6-book series. You'll really enjoy this if you like classic D&D adventuring. And I appreciate you guys for reading, supporting our works. It's available on ebook, print, and audio. And grab this today. It's in the description below. All right. So Paizo came under scrutiny after one of their game designers implied Republicans and conservatives should not be allowed to play their games. We've seen this thing a lot in the entertainment industry. I mean, I think the most famous example was the Marvel Comics writer Kelly Sue DeConnick back in the day saying, if you don't like it, don't buy it, when she's talking about her feminism and the like. And a lot of people said, okay, and then stopped buying it. Very, very weird. I mean, I make no illusions as to who I am and where I come from politically and, of course, religiously. I am a strong Christian conservative background here, and I want everybody to watch my YouTube channel, left or right. I get a lot of comments saying, I don't agree with you on everything, but I like listening to you, John, and I appreciate you guys out there. Thank you so much. And for my opinion on things is like, what's actually the purpose here? Do I want to just preach to an echo chamber choir 100% of the time? Or do I want to actually like reach people and like make them think? And, you know, maybe we may not agree on 100% of things, but maybe some people will come a little bit more to my side once they see just kind of the evils that are going on with people like the people at Paizo and the like, right? The goal is to convert people. And honestly, like, my books here, you know, if you're left, right, center, it doesn't matter. You'll enjoy this. Like, I love that. And I want everybody to read my books. You'd think that's how these people would work. That is what a creator should think, in my opinion. But hey, this is not how these people react. Now, naturally, the tabletop RPG industry has the woke mind virus problem, and it's just really deep. It was highlighted in 2024 when Dungeons & Dragons came into public eye after Wizards of the Coast senior designer Jason Tondreau penned a foreword to the history of the game, trashing its original founder, Gary Gygax. Very, very sad. Upon examination of D&D, gamers found the new additions pushed woke insanity such as BDSM safe word play, replacing race with species, and other ridiculous concepts such as humanizing orcs and making them into Mexican culture. This is still the most ridiculous image I've ever seen in a fantasy setting. Paizo, of course, has been a major alternative to Dungeons & Dragons, and that's how they got their fame. Their whole premise of the game is it's a reversion to 3.5, which people loved when 4th edition came out. It upset a lot of players because there were radical changes to the gameplay. The company has historically been more woke than Wizards of the Coast, as we pointed out yesterday. I'm going to keep just putting this around because this is like how they represent disabled they-thems, and it is a they-them. This is listed on their website as they-them, as a creepy bug monster in a wheelchair. Maybe that's what they are. Maybe they're right. Maybe Paizo is actually like really based. And that's what they meant by this. But not for real, because here's their director of games, Jason Bullman. And he came to attention, as I said at the beginning of this video and yesterday, with this. If Vance has played Pathfinder, I want him to send his books back. No space for fascists in our game. Well, obviously, J.D. Vance, who's like just a normal Republican senator, is now being called a fascist, which means normal Republicans and conservatives are fascists in this guy's mind. He's so mad that half the country that he doesn't want them playing their games. This is a very, very bad look for Paizo. This is horrible marketing. This is something you should not say in a position like this, especially on a public platform, that you don't want conservatives playing your games. Well, he's gotten a lot of pushback from it, and people are getting blocked left and right, not just by Jason, but by verified Paizo as a actual account as well. It's been very, very sad to watch as this company, honestly, like, it's so easy. Just like be like, look, I was in the heat of the election. I obviously don't believe Republicans are fascists. I'm sorry about that. My games are for everybody. I want everybody to play. That's what a normal, sane person would say at this point, but this is the woke we're dealing with. Now, the original D&D creator, Robert J. Kuntz, has responded to this as he's talked about things, and he thinks it's absolutely crazy. He actually replied to a tweet on Grums, and Mark Kern, the World of Warcraft former lead designer also, who was talking about this situation. And he said, no game company before TSR, which is the original group that built Dungeons & Dragons, TSR itself, and those after TSR, up until this point, has ever indicated that only select players are welcome to partake in and enjoy a game. Gaming is the last bastion of culture for common folk, and to suggest that folk are not welcome, I actually cut off the screenshot, whoops, but it's right here, is a historically neutral social contract is as dangerous as it is perplexingly antisocial. And he's right, it is antisocial. And the thing is, these types of games are a social sort of setting. The whole point is to just get people together, to have some fun together, slay some goblins and orcs and have some monster fighting and enjoy themselves, to, maybe have a beer, eat some popcorn, just it's about fun socially together, right? And that is exactly what it should have been about, and that it is. Gaming is the last bastion of culture for the common folk. Yes. And if not all folk are welcome, it's not good. This is a terrible thing. And this is what's ironic about this whole situation is really when he's talking about fascists. Fascism is this: when a company and a person at a company is directing people not to be able to play the game unless they're part of the party. That's exactly what fascist companies did. That's exactly what fascist businesses did in literally Nazi Germany. Was that if you're Jewish, you're not allowed to come to this store, right? And this is what Jason Bullman wants. It's ironic that they act fascist in their talk about fascism. It just shows they use that word as you're a bad person and don't actually think about what it means, because fascism is about like strong-arming people into your political beliefs by trying to make it hurt for them in a business way or actually physically violent or whatnot. It could go to that level as well, but this is the beginnings of it. This is exactly what was happening in the Weimar Republic. I mean, geez, this is something, I hate to bring it back to that, but Jason Bullman's the one who brought it up. Now, Robert J. Kuntz is 100% right here, and Alexander McCrease also talked about this. He runs Axe, which is a wonderful game system. I don't know if you've seen this one before. It's on Drive-Thru RPG, Adventure Conqueror King system. This brings back the fun and fantasy. I'm a really big fan of this game system, guys. So check it out and definitely look that up. And what he said is exactly what a businessman who's running a game developing studio should say. Gamers of all political persuasions are invited to play Axe 2. Awesome. Thank you. Whether you're sided with Optimates or Populares, Blues or Greens, Guelphs or Gillibeans, Royalists or Parliamentarians, Jacobians, Gindorans, Mugwumps or Stalwarts, you are welcome at my table. And this is great because he didn't just go whether you're a conservative or a liberal, a Republican or a Democrat, which would have been a boring statement. But it would have been nice still. He actually framed it in terms of like fantasy. He actually shows I care more about like having a fantasy setting and being immersed in it in his tweet than these guys at Pathfinder do just in their entire interactions with gamers. This is amazing. This is so applause-worthy. I'm so happy to see this kind of thing. Alexander McCrease is fantastic. He's worth a follow. So is Robert J. Kuntz. These are good people in the industry. Now, I got some messages from folk who are making a bunch of like Christian-friendly games also. Really appreciate you guys for being there. Develop independent games. Develop independent systems. We can change this, guys. All we have to do is identify as non-binary, right? And, of course, I posted, again, this little meme right here this morning, and follow me on X, of course. In 2025, make yourself heard. If you see woke activism in a video game or in a tabletop game, as it may be, make sure to let the company know your non-binary gender. Are you doing your part right here? And that's exactly how we can solve this. You let it be known, because these companies are going to be dealing with a lot of social pressure. And this social pressure, if we show that there's more of us than there are of the weird woke activists out there who are trying to like make these weird pronouns into everything, they're going to have to get with the program and actually make gaming fun again. And that's exactly what we're here to do and to promote awesome gamers out there like Robert J. Kuntz and Alexander McCrease in the in this situation, and I appreciate you guys for being there. So nice work, men, and let's take gaming back from companies like Paizo. Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Leave your favorite alternative tabletop game by some base designers in the comments. Love to hear from you. Love to learn about more as well. Hit the like and subscribe button, and check out my books, guys. This is The Adventures of Baron von Monocle, 6-book series, little something for everybody. All readers are welcome here, and I appreciate you for being there and supporting our books. It's available on ebook, print, and audio in the description below.